What is up, beautiful people? Welcome back to another Erin Unfiltered. This is a series where I just share my raw thoughts, whether it's about business, life, marriage, whatever. And I'm really happy that you guys are really enjoying this series. I feel like it pushes me out of my comfort zone and forces me to be a little bit more vulnerable and just a little more comfortable with y'all. Sometimes we don't need to be sitting at the desk or, whatever. So today we are talking about kind of like the boundaries of your life versus your content, and how do you distinguish your content from your life. I feel like now we are in this content craze. Everyone is creating content. Everyone feels like to make more money, they've got to be creating content. Everyone feels like to gain an audience, they've got to be creating content about their lives. And we're just really, we've adapted this idea that your life is the content. And I agree, but to an extent, because it can become very unhealthy for us to live our lives based on the content that we want to create about said life. And it's kind of like we're in this cycle of, wait, do I actually want to do this, or am I doing this to create the content? Or, would I do this if I wasn't creating the content about it? Or does this experience not even matter if I don't create the content about it? And it just creates this cycle of thoughts and patterns that can just really affect our self-esteem, our confidence, and our identity. So recently I saw this video by Eric Thomas on his Instagram. By Eric Thomas on his Instagram. And he said, "I didn't get married for it to be online." Now, I and then he has a video, and I agree that every part of your life does not have to be online. But that is not even the thing that caught me. There was a video attached to this post that really got my attention and really honestly sparked my inspiration for this chit chat. So, I'm going to play it right here.
No, I said, no, what are you stressed out about? For real, be honest with me. Tell me the truth. Why are you stressed out? I don't know. I said, I could tell you why you're stressed out. You're stressed out because you where you want to be, but you don't know if other people know you where you want to be. I be watching online, bro. I be seeing people online killing the game. But there's people online who killing the game, and it's not enough for them that they're killing the game. They got to have other people know that they're killing the game.
That is so powerful because it shows how much validation we actually seek online. It even got me thinking with my own self, in my own life, in my own content. Like, Erin, how much of your content or how much of your life is dictated by your content? And it's kind of like when you go to a restaurant, it's like you can't just enjoy the food for one time. You have to take pictures, you have to take videos, you got to take clips outside the restaurant, walk in the restaurant, do a whole review. Like, you can't just go on a nice ski trip and not, take a billion pictures in your snowsuit and, like do the whole photo shoot and you can't just enjoy skiing. You can't just enjoy the concert without recording 25 clips. Like, you can't just do the thing and live the life and enjoy the moment. And as a content creator, there is this boundary that you have to start to set, because if you let it, content will literally consume your life. It literally will consume your life. And that is why I think we're seeing such high rates of just so many people falling anxious and depressed. And obviously, there are other things. I am not a medical person, but I do think that needing so much external validation at such a rapid pace is causing us to lose a sense of self, a sense of confidence, a sense of identity. And this video, really made me think about myself and think about what boundaries I even have set for my life as a content creator. There are days, when content is your job, this is where it gets a little hairy, is that when it's your job, of course, you have to take it seriously. So there's this fine line between what does taking it seriously mean and keeping things fresh and keeping things fun versus actually living my life for me. And that's something that you as the person have to draw those lines for. There are some vacations where I'm just like, I'm not filming this, I'm just not. I just want to enjoy the moment. And especially when you're a vlogger or somebody who just creates about your life, maybe you don't have a specific niche where you're talking about business or social media or law practices or finances, where you have a very clear distinction between your content and your life. If that is not the case, and now more than ever, more people, even if you do provide educational content, people still are curious of like, what are some personal things about you? Like, can you show us a day in the life? Like, can you tell us more about who you are as a person and not just, your skill set? Like, people are curious now more and more because of how open so many people are. And now that's basically the status quo. So, as the creator, we really have to figure out what those boundaries are in our lives so that we can still live a fulfilling life even while creating content. So now more than ever, like for me, I'm just like, okay, Erin, what actually makes you happy? What brings you joy? What don't you like to do? And when it comes to the actual content, I think it's good to say, okay, a couple times out the week when we go out on date night or when we go out on whatever, like I will snap a quick picture or if I feel up to it. But if not, like I don't want the pressure on myself to feel like I have to take my camera or I have to record every single thing. And for some people, especially people who really document their lives and have really given this crutch to their audience of like every single thing they wear, they need to they need to provide a link. Every single place they go, they need to tell them where they're at. Every single place every single vacation they go on. Like, you also, as the creator, set the tone for your community. So the more you give, the more your community is going to expect. And when I first started Erin on Demand, I was very sensitive about that because I'm like, I don't want my life to turn into this content haze where I can't even distinguish the difference between my life and the content. And I think a good question to ask yourself is, what am I leading with? Am I leading with the fact that I can create cool content here, or am I leading with the fact that I genuinely want to experience this? And when you're a content creator, you kind of fall somewhere in the middle because it's like, okay, I really do want to do this, but I also can create great content here. And that's kind of an incentive because it keeps your audience engaged, when you're showing different things, different experiences. And that's where it gets so tangly because you're like, I don't want to just be sitting in the same spot all the time doing the same thing. Like, I am creatively stimulated when I'm out and doing things and having fun and experiencing all of these things. But, I just think it's important for us to find that balance and to just try to take the pressure off of ourselves. If you feel the pressure to create in a moment that you don't feel like creating, I think that is the perfect cue to yourself that you have let your content begin to take over your life. And just know that, for one, what people don't know, they don't know. So if they don't know you went somewhere, that's fine. You have to find the confidence and the joy in not always sharing what you did and knowing that it's okay. Like, the thing still happened. You still enjoyed it. Even if you take pictures on your own and just choose not to post it, it's okay. And finding that contentment just in who you are and just in your life is so freeing. And I feel like it makes your content even better. It makes you show up better because I get, even for me, like, it makes me show up better because I'm like, if I want to go on vacation and I don't feel like taking my camera out, or I just want to create memories for my family, then that's fine. I'm not going to pressure myself into it just because I'm in the Bahamas, just because it'll be great content, and just because I think my audience will enjoy it and it'll get more engagement. Like, I feel like I show up so much better when I choose myself over the content. And my content reflects that, because once I get back into creating, I feel refreshed. I feel more inspired. I feel more creative. And so don't always look at not posting as like, I missed this opportunity. Like, I should have got this picture, or I don't like how any of these photos looked when I went there, or this vlog didn't turn out great because I missed, 4 days and, I was just enjoying it. Enjoy the time, enjoy your life, and get the validation that you need from yourself, and know that you are enough, and what you are creating for your life is based on the things that bring you the most joy. Nobody else is living your life but you. And that is something that I have had to realize. Like, my life is mine. My life is mine. So if somebody doesn't agree with that, or if I can't share every aspect of that, that is okay. And I just hope this encourages you to not feel so much pressure to just not feel so much pressure to just document every single thing you are doing, just because you feel like that's what other people are doing. Now, the cool thing about social media is that perception is reality. So even if you show a slice, so one thing that I would recommend, like, it's okay, like, taking pictures is not a big deal, but like, when it comes to vlogging, that vlogging is like extremely like time consuming and just energy consuming, because you're constantly thinking about the storyline. Should you get this? Should you get that? Like, do I have too much footage? Do I have enough footage? I need B-roll. I need to talk to the camera. Like, there are just a lot of elements to creating a good vlog. So even when you're traveling or doing whatever you're doing, think about, how can I slice and give 20% of this 100% experience? So if you're going to be gone for a whole week and you're traveling, and I'm just using traveling because I feel like it's easy, but like, if you're going to be gone for a whole week, what is the most exciting day, or what is the day that you are willing to take your camera and document as much content as you can on that one single day, and get a week's worth of content on that day? So that way you can enjoy the other 80% of the vacation or the experience. If you go to a concert, what is the one song you're like, okay, I gotta record this one song. Other than that, I'm gonna enjoy the concert. Like, how can you get the content and still do that part of it if that's what you want, but still have some type of boundary set so that your life is not moving based on the content that you are, I guess, aiming to create. All right. Your life is meant to be lived. Every single moment of living doesn't have to be documented. And I just want to encourage you to take the pressure off of yourself. You can still grow. You can still be vulnerable and transparent and make impact without feeling the need to overshare. Them days is over, baby. Okay. I love you guys. Let me know if there are any other topics you want me to hit on in this Erin Unfiltered series. And should I put this on a podcast network? Like, I have a newsletter. It's called Simply Put by Erin on Demand. And there's a podcast section on there. And I'm thinking about maybe putting these there. Yeah. And if you want to check out my newsletter, definitely check it out. If you like these Erin Unfiltered, I think you will really like my newsletter, because I share a lot of candid thoughts like this. The last one, I started a series called The Road to 100, and it's about giving 100% of yourself 100% of the time, and my road to getting to that point. And so anyway, I hope you enjoy this series. I hope you check out my newsletter. I'm really trying to open up a little bit more and just, share more of my candid thoughts, unfiltered thoughts. I love you guys. Let me know about what you thought about this episode, and just the balance of being a creator and being a person and living your truest life. All right. I love you guys. I will see you on the next one. Bye for now.